All right, so this is a nail from Joseph Smith's home in Harmony, Pennsylvania, which is now called Oakland, and it's in northern part of Pennsylvania. So Joseph Smith and his wife Emma got an actual house from the Hales, which is Emma's parents, and they actually moved the house from their homestead and moved it to this piece of land, which is connected to the Hale farm, and that's where Joseph and Emma had their house. So they actually put a house there. Well, over time, as Joseph and Emma were there, so they had translated a lot of the Book of Mormon, received some of the Doctrine and Covenants, which I guess at that time was not Doctrine and Covenants, it was just Revelation. And then they also had some spiritual manifestations there as well. So what happened was after they left, and so they actually buried one of their kids there, which would have been baby Alvin. They named it after Joseph Smith's elder brother, and so the headstone is still there, along with Emma's parents, the Hales, and I think there's another one. There was like the cousin, which is another tombstone, which is not known, which is still there as well. So, but in 1919, there's a locomotive that was going by. So there's railroad tracks that literally a stone's throw away from that house, goes right through like that homestead. So the home sits here. The river was over here where the baptisms took place and where the priesthood was restored from Peter, James, and John. So there's a track that goes in between where the river and the house sits now. So in 1919, cinder, I guess, from the locomotive went and actually caught the house on fire, and the house burned down. Well, over time, as that house had sat there, for years, people would come and take stuff, and eventually they just kind of demoed it. Well, when I was serving my mission there in this would have been 2003 to 2005, but it would have been 2004. There was excavating, so the church hired a college to go and actually start excavating the area. Well, now we know why, because now the last few years they actually rebuilt everything, rebuilt the homes, rebuilt the farm. There's a visitor center there, but at the time the church was obviously planning ahead of time, went and started excavating. So now if you go to the homes, you find a lot of the old stuff that was there, right? There's there's china, things that were just buried. There's little pieces of furniture and metal and wood, and they found the original well on the Hale farm. So anyway, so this is a nail that I guess at the time we didn't know that maybe we shouldn't have done it, but there was just stuff that these students were digging up, and just piles like trash, things were just coming up out of the ground. So went and picked up some glass, went and picked up some nails, went and picked up some burnt wood, from the home. And so this is a nail from the home of Joseph and Emma Smith from Harmony, Pennsylvania. So now I've held on to this for almost 20 years for my mission. I've always told Joe that I had it for him. So now that he's here visiting in Idaho, this is actually how I got him up here. So now we're donating it to Joseph Peck's church history library and museum and artifacts. So this will go in as a nice rare piece. How many people can say that they have a nail from Joseph Smith's home?
Just the church and maybe a few of those college kids that snuck some.
Well, those college kids weren't even LDS. It was just a local college.